Okay, let's see. So this is live now. Yeah, okay, yes. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, today we are painting hands and glasses and a leather armchair. I think it looks like we might have shadow. Yeah, I think you can see it. Okay. Anyway, so hands and glasses are very, very difficult to paint. I did the Urban Voodoo Machine album cover, which involved lots of hands and lots of glasses, and both of those are really tricky things to paint, ellipses and hands. So I've got a photograph here. I did have a glass out the other day. Now, another tip for making fake booze, which they use in the theater and in films, is you can make a cup of black tea. Don't put any milk in it. Just make a cup of tea, take the tea bag out, and pour it into a glass, and it looks like whiskey. So that's a way that you can make fake booze for the purpose of painting or theater acting. If you don't actually want to get drunk, just give the illusion for the sake of art. So yes, I've been doing this chair again. Lots of rather tedious rivets here. Again, it's just mixing some. Oh, you can see the corner of my face. I don't know if people's. Hello. I can now see. Yeah, people are joining. Yeah, hello, people. And yeah, I kind of do go over things a lot, and sometimes I think it would be nice if I could paint faster, because it's not a terribly, if you broke it down into hours, not a very well paid job, because it does take quite a lot of time, but it's okay. I'm lucky to be able to do it at all. So yeah, I guess I'm seeing names joining, so you can ask questions. That's what they did the other day. I'm doing it live again because I still don't have any memory in my phone, because I haven't put the pictures on my computer and emptied the phone memory. So yeah, these rivets here are well, it's in a photo, and I'm changing the color of the chair, so whether you can actually see this chair, I mean, there's, because of the red in his coat, or smoking jacket, whatever it is, there's a lot of red there, there's red down here, so I'm making the chair a bit brown, which it is in the original, the smaller one, which I can just go get here. So this is the, yeah, well, this is a print of it. The original small painting was sold, so this is the print. Ooh, a bit of a glare. Okay, but you can see the chair is kind of brown-ish. So that's what I'm doing here, is changing it. So yeah, I've been doing the leather folds and the chair as well. He's kind of sinking into this chair, so I had to move this cushion down because it was tricky, because not all the photograph's a bit fuzzy. Sometimes the photographs are a bit fuzzy, dark, or not always completely clear. But I'm not aiming for photorealism, so that's okay. Wow, you have an English accent. No, I don't have an English accent. Everybody in everybody in Hastings goes, "Oh, where are you from in America?" I get fed up with it. I've been here for 27 years, and I just talk how I talk. Actually, I think most people don't like the sound of their own voices, so I'm not alone there. But I don't like to listen to it. In fact, I don't even watch these live videos back, because I know I can't change them because they're live. So yeah. Um, So yeah, fire is another hard thing to paint there. I don't know if you can see, I have a candle to look at for the fire, which my fire doesn't look much like that candle at the moment. But the fire on the absinthe bottle. I don't know what the original bottle was, but I put Paul Nathan there. He's a magician. He was in my tarot cards, and he did a devil tarot thing within his own magical magician performance. He's a theater magician from San Francisco, and he does the Edinburgh Fringe every year. So I've met him over here in the UK. He does a show called the I Hate Children Children's Show, which I'd like to take my daughter to, but she refuses to go because she hates children and there will be children in the audience. So, but I'd quite like to see it because he's a very interesting guy. I've not actually seen his show though, so. Okay. So yeah, I wish I could say something about glasses. Okay, I don't see any more questions. So I see there's like names come up there. Oh, I know what I was going to talk about. Yeah, paint brushes. Right, so there's some new brushes that are, very clean-ish and new. This brush is a little bit older. It's kind of worn out a little bit. It has a nice shape to it. But I like to keep the old, really fuzzy ones because they're good to blend. So I have some brushes that are quite old that are good for just to blend it in more. So just going like that. This paint is wet, by the way, on this chair because I've been working on it since last night. Leather furniture is quite difficult to paint, but I'm getting used to it. First time I painted a leather sofa, it did my nut. But it's all right now. I mean, the thing about everything apart from anatomy is you can make it up a bit. I mean, you don't have to have every fold of the sofa exactly how it is in the photo. So as long as it looks like a leather sofa, it doesn't really matter. But I did have to move the cushion a little bit. So I'm going to... Oh my gosh, it's Noel. Oh my gosh, I feel really intimidated. One of my favorite painters ever has just joined the conversation. Really proper Cork Street National Portrait Gallery painter. Hello, Noel. Okay, enough nervousness. Yes, hello, Noel. I'm painting a leather chair. I would like to see Noel doing a video like this, actually. Maybe Noel could do that. Maybe you could do this sometime. Hey, haha, you're saying hey. Yeah, maybe I could watch you paint sometime because I really, I'm a long time big admirer of Noel's work. He knows how to put the paint on and just leave it because I do smudge it around an awful lot, which isn't necessarily the proper way. So when people are sending me messages and stuff after I've done these videos, they're saying, oh yeah, it's really interesting, and I just think, yeah, but I don't think I'm doing anything really properly, even though I went to art college. I did painting at art college, which I only did the foundation, which was 3 years. And I talked about this, low battery already. I'm waiting for my model. Noel's got a model coming. Yes. Yes, I don't have life models. I've got bottles and glasses and objects that I paint from life, but I paint the models from photographs. Anyway, yeah, art college. Yeah, I went for 3 years for foundation, and we did do painting. But after 3 years, they sort of tell you what they really think. And I did mention this in another video, and they kind of thought I was just a poser who should be hanging out in bars looking trendy because I had all the dyed hair and earrings and nose ring, and maybe I didn't at that point have a nose ring. But anyway, they just looked at what I looked like, and because I didn't have anything conceptual to say, they sort of dismissed me almost in a way. So I went to London and New York for a year. And when I went back to Ohio, I thought, well, I don't really want to go to that art college. My scholarship money had run out, and I re-enrolled in the Ohio State University, and finished my degree at Ohio State, which in a lot of ways was more enriching than the art college. Now, college and university in the US means the same thing, whereas in the UK they're two different things. But anyway, so I finished at the university at Ohio State. It was an art department in a university of 40,000 students who studying all sorts of things. But I liked meeting different people. I don't want to just hang out with artists, because I think it's too insular, and artists can be really self-absorbed. And I like meeting all different kinds of people. So I enjoyed being at the university, and I enjoyed the art department. We had visiting professors from all over the place, different cities, different countries. They would come and do a term. So it was, yeah, it was good to finish my degree at Ohio State, but there wasn't any formal painting classes. It was, you would just do whatever, you would make your own projects, really, as far as I remember. And I used a lot of photography, and I used, yeah, photography, collage, carrying on some of the work I'd done at art college. But I wasn't really doing oil painting. I was doing mixed media and yeah, collage, mixed media, cat food, dry cat food. You can't really paint with wet cat food. Using things like cat food and sticking stuff on wood. And so so I didn't really start painting again. Maybe painted a bit in London, but mostly did music the first 10 years I was here, I guess, really. In the 90s, I was in a few bands, and didn't do a whole lot of art until the end of the 90s, 1996, well, mid-90s, and that's when I met Sexton. So, oh, I see more comments. We are spreading the word that you're live. This may take a minute. Oh, that's from Facebook, I guess. Hello. Don't know if this gets boring after a while. Yeah, right. So we have a little highlight there, which is too bright now. So you see, it is quite a tedious process, and I think that Noel said, yeah, good idea, he should do it, because I'd like to watch Noel painting, and I would like to paint from life, but I've got a job coming up that will involve a bit of that, so I'm not going to say too much about that too soon. But I do have a client who I've done stuff for in the past that involved live sitting, and I believe that it will involve that again. So, yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, this manky old brush that I use for blending things in, although I actually have a different one that I like better, which is over here. Lovely paint apron. What's going on? Storage full. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going live, because I don't have to store it. Silly phone. Yeah, so, yeah, we could just blend it in more. Yeah, I'd like to have seen how the old masters painted. I'd love to have watched Caravaggio. Now, Caravaggio used a camera obscura. It's coming to light now. So, long before photography, there were other techniques used to get an image on canvas in proportion. So, yeah, I would love to be able to see how they did it back then. I spend a lot of time just staring at paintings in the National Gallery and National Portrait Gallery, uh, Caravaggio, Velasquez, Rembrandt, Goya, seeing the way, looking at the brushstrokes, and some stuff like the skin is very soft and blended in, but jewelry, if you look up close, often there's just little dots, but when you stand back it looks like jewelry. So I think that's kind of what we're doing here in a way, is just trying to use the texture of the paint to show what the object is. Okay. So keep going. We are telling your friends. It's still giving me that message. Okay, I'm just going to quietly carry on here. And see that highlight, I still don't like that highlight, so I'm going to do it again. Come back to the hand in a minute. That's what I was supposed to be doing. It's coming back to the hand. I don't know who's there now because the Facebook thing is just going, keep going, we are telling people. Okay. So if you're there, hello. If you're watching it later, hello. It's a nice sunny day today in Hastings. And I've moved the canvas round so I'm not getting the glare from the window. So it was facing the window too much before, so I've moved it a bit. I don't know what you can see. Can you see background? No, not so much. Well, there's still lots of art on the walls. Well, I think that's sort of looking like a leather sofa, but need to blend it some more. Yes, I do. If Noel is still there, he might not be. He might have got his model now. But yes, I think Noel Benstead should definitely do this. Okay, and the hand. Not sure what's going on with the thing. Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't know if it's even still running, so I'll just carry on, and maybe it's running, maybe it's not. That was just my can of energy drink, which is empty now, being knocked over. Okay, the hand. Well, yeah, the photo is on the screen, the computer screen at the moment. That would be good to go get a real glass. Could do that. Hands are very complicated. They're very difficult to do. Yeah, is it running? I don't know. But I'll need to go charge the phone soon anyway. So what can I tell you about hands? They're difficult. There's a lot of, you can see there's a hand. It doesn't hurt. I have a big knuckle here. I don't know. It doesn't hurt. But yes, there's a lot of anatomy in the hand. Yeah, you can't see the computer, I don't think, on this this screen. It's kind of stopped showing me people, so I don't know if there's either nobody there or it's not on. But I'll just do a bit of this arm, and then I think I might switch it off because I've got no idea if it's running. It says it is, but it usually shows me some people. But I imagine you're all at work because it is like work time now. And in the US, they're not awake yet, or they're just waking up. Yeah, I'm trying to get this hand to connect a little bit more to the sleeve. The paint needs to be a bit thicker to connect to this arm up here. Well, that sleeve still needs work. And I will do a time lapse when I start the next one, but you can see how long it takes to do one. So, oh, look. Oh, now there is someone there. Hello, Amanda. Hello, I went out with your mum for her birthday lunch yesterday. It was lovely. Really nice. The weather was terrible yesterday, but the lunch was lovely. So, if anyone else is joining in, I'm just painting a hand and just saying it's very difficult to paint hands. But like everything, you just have to practice. So, I mean, you've got everyone, well, most people, I shouldn't say everyone, but most people have two hands, so you could always draw your other hand. Yeah. And even if you had a prosthetic hand, you could probably draw it, because I don't think people really have hooks anymore for hands. I think probably you'd have a prosthetic. I don't know, though. It's only about 20 years ago. Sexton and I knew a guy. Oh, dear. Storage almost full. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, we stayed with a guy in Leeds who had one hand. He painted a picture of his other arm. Yeah, he'd lost an arm, and he painted a picture of it going up to heaven. It was like a ceiling fresco thing with this arm with wings. But he was functioning very well like that. Even changed our tire for us single-handedly, as he said, because we'd had a flat tire on our car. But most people do have two hands, so you could draw your other hand. Yeah, all this robe still needs to be done. So I've been doing the chair and the stuff behind it, and then I'll do the robe later. Okay. So, yeah, that color is a little bit too dark. I use all different kinds of colors, and I just mix them until they look right. But for flesh, I have two tubes of flesh. I have this one, look. This one, which is almost empty, but I have another one. And that one's a bit too pink. And I have this one that's a bit too yellow. And I mix them both with white for the highlights, and then with French ultramarine and alizarin crimson and that dark brown burnt umber. Is it burnt umber? This one. This dark brown burnt umber. Yeah. Although I think you're supposed to use green in the shadows. I've noticed sometimes people do use green in the shadows on flesh. So, yeah, I could do with watching this sort of thing and picking up some tips as well, I suppose. Okay. All right, I'm running out of things to say. It's getting to that point again, so I might switch off in a minute. I did think of some more things to say, because I don't want to do this all the time, but some people seem to like it, so I am still doing it. So, oh, hello, Sean. See, so that means Sean's just joined. And anyone else, if anyone else is still there, see, it tells me who's joined. It doesn't tell me who's left. So, yes, we're doing hands and glasses today. Hello, Sean. Sun's shining here in Hastings. Probably in Medway, too. So, yeah, okay. I suppose you can see how long it actually takes, because I've been in the same, still here, hello. Oh, my battery is getting lower, so I won't be here much longer, but hello. Yeah, it gets through the battery quite quickly, I think, this, yeah, okay. Oh, conversation started. Conversation starter, 10 comments so far. Oh, really? Yes, sunny in Medway. Oh, hello. Sean says it's sunny in Medway too. Ah, good. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I like Medway. It's not that far from us as the crow flies, but it's very far as the trains go, because they don't go directly there. But if I start talking about trains, that's pretty boring. So, yeah, so, yeah, fake booze. Anyone who's joined in, this is you can make whiskey out of a cup of tea without any milk in it, which is used in theater and movies when the actor wants to be appearing to drink but actually not drink because they're acting. So, to paint this glass, maybe I'll go get that, but I don't think I've got that type of glass up here, so I'd have to go downstairs to get it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, hands, yeah, they are quite a pain, really. Hands and glasses. But at least it's only one guy, not 12 or whatever when I was painting the Urban Voodoo Machine album cover, and there were lots of hands and lots of glasses. So of course the album was called Love, Drink and Death, so Now this, yeah, photograph, the glass is kind of hazy, and in the photograph there's nothing in the glass, it looks like. But probably because Ben drank it all. Yeah, okay. Right, yeah. I think I'm not seeing all the, because I've got the phone turned sideways, not seeing all the, comments or who's watching, so anyway. See, that's, I'm not actually thrilled with that at the moment. It's not really looking right, but with oil paint you could just keep going over it until you like it. So that's why I prefer it to watercolor, which you can't really mess up. You just have to make a mark and leave it with watercolor. So, yeah. I've got the hand sticking out a bit further as well than it is in the photo. So yeah, definitely not a photorealist here. I'm going to put some, yeah, well, it says I have all these comments, but I can't actually see them all, so I'll have to see later, these comments. Funny old thing. Okay, I need some green, because I think that wrist looks too big. I don't know. Does that wrist look too big? I don't know. Does it? Does anyone? Because in the photo, the hand is kind of tucked behind the chair a bit more, but I'm not going to move the hand now. Sometimes I like to go around the National Gallery and spot the mistakes, because actually even the old masters made mistakes, and you can see errors in anatomy and drawing in a lot of paintings if you really look for them. So it's not about perfection, it's about getting the feeling across. But at the same time, you don't want it to be shit either. So that's what... oh, it's telling me off about my storage again. Ah, it looks brilliant from here. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Good. Well, okay. See, yeah, there's some, like, yeah, that bit of the hand there, like that. I tend to be use quite a lot of lines when really the proper way to do it is to look for the shape rather than the line, because you don't have outlines in your real life. The hand is a shape. So sometimes I'm a little bit too outliney. So yeah, something isn't quite working, but maybe I just need to blend it in more. Oh yes, my favorite blendy brush. Oh, hello, Danny. Oh, it's one of my beautiful models who has been in quite a few paintings. Yeah, it's good. I'm very lucky to have so many lovely young beautiful models who like to be in my paintings. It's great. So that is maybe too red. I don't know. Yeah, no, this is kind of bugging me, this whole kind of hand thing, but I'll get there, and I'll sit here and chat at the same time for a little bit longer. But once the phone battery goes, that'll be my sign to stop. So if I suddenly disappear, that's why, and then I'm gonna go and yeah, I mean, in a way it's encouraging to talk to, you know, to be doing this and like feeling a bit cheered on, because sometimes I'm just on my own all day and I'm getting used to it now. I'm quite happy here now. I've got a great studio, got a great house. It took some getting used to. My last studio was in a brothel, I mean a homeless hostel, but I mean I called it a brothel because there were prostitutes living and working there, so therefore it was a brothel. But it was a homeless hostel. I was not homeless myself. I was the artist in residence, and I had a studio in the building, and I taught classes with the prostitutes and junkies and refugees and mentally ill and all kinds of people, really. There's many reasons that one ends up in a hostel. So but I saw people because there was staff. I didn't have the residents in the room all the time, which was a good thing. They just came in for class, but I'd chat with the members of staff. So I did see people. So it was kind of like being in an office and having colleagues, but in a good way. I know a lot of people don't like offices. I don't mind. I've always got on with people in offices. And I suppose I had the best of both worlds, because I just got to paint all day, and then I could go up if I felt like having some company, go and have a cup of tea and chat with some of the staff, some interesting people there. And yeah, so this is my kind of monologue, unless anyone wants to ask any questions before the battery runs out. So it's kind of like having company. Yeah. Fingernails, yep, those are difficult too. And this, it must be strange for Ben to look at this. Ben was the guy in the original, so I've still got everything in it is Ben, but I've changed the face, so it's still Ben's hands. But I have changed the face in the painting to the guy who's commissioned it, which was my idea, not his. I suggested it. Actually was asked by someone else about doing a commission with themselves in this. This is kind of a popular image, this devil. Some other guy asked about it and might still want it, so yeah, I could spend the rest of my life painting the same painting with a different face, because I think men like to imagine themselves surrounded by massive booze bottles and hot women. It's kind of a fun, I suppose. That's fun for me to paint it, so yeah, win-win. I change the booze bottles around, keep myself amused. Yeah, so yeah, let's see. Right, fingernails. Right, fingernails. They're a little bit lighter. I mean, I like drawing them with nail varnish. You know, I find it really difficult. In fact, speaking of Noel, he's probably not there because his model's turned up. But I was doing a commission once of someone who wasn't wearing any lipstick. And I was over in Germany, and I ended up calling Noel, phoning Noel Benstead in London and asking, how do you paint the lips of someone who's not wearing lipstick? Because I could not get the color right. So the secret of that is you actually put a little bit of black in the paint. So it's probably the same with fingernails, because I like to paint fingernails with nail varnish on them, because the natural color of fingernails, they're just slightly different, well, slightly shinier than skin. But it's not. But I'm not going to put nail varnish on this guy. I mean, he's not someone who would be wearing nail varnish, but nothing wrong with it, of course, at all, like that. But in this particular guy, he's not a guy that wears nail varnish, not in public anyway. So, all right, very much getting to the end of the battery on this, so I think I'm going to stop, and if anyone's watching later, then hello. Yeah, I'm losing my voice too. So yes, it's nice to see some of you, or to see your names anyway, and comments, and thank you for watching. And I suppose I'll do this once a week or so, because I don't want to bore everyone. So, all right, bye for now. Bye. Oh, finish. Oh,